Hello everybody. This is another video in our series looking at how artificial intelligence is going to impact the search landscape. And today we're going to be looking at some increase in functionality on Google's Search Generative Experience, SGE, which is its beta platform testing AI on search results. My name's James Gardner. I'm the head of SEO here at Equimedia, and I look forward to showing you some of the very interesting changes and research that have taken place recently. So let's crack on. Before I show you the research, I need to explain a couple of concepts to you. So depending on how you search, Google will show you either no AI results, or it will invite you to opt in. So it will provide you with a generate button, at which point the AI engine will generate some results for you. However, if you do some other searches, Google will pre-generate the AI results for you and provide that in this sort of half-open accordion to entice you to click through. So that's three options Google's really providing: either no AI, opt-in, or pre-populated. So let's take a look at some of the research across different sectors that has been provided by Bright Edge Labs in the US. They explain that they have been looking at something like 8 billion different search queries on Google SGE. Now, I should explain that SGE is only available in the States and in India at the moment. I'm expecting it to roll out to the UK and other countries within the next couple of months. However, if we just look at this data for now, we can see something that's really quite surprising, is that we have a really wide variety of impact of AI on the search results. And at the left-hand side, we have healthcare, and on the right side, with very different results, finance. Now, both of these are what Google calls your money or your life sectors. So you might think that Google would handle them the same. Indeed, I was expecting both of these sectors to be handled in a very light touch manner whilst Google is still running this in beta. But I was wrong. Google is showing AI results in something like 76% of healthcare queries, but only 17% for finance, which in itself is quite interesting. Now, if we look down at the blue skyscraper graphs below, this is where we look at whether the results are collapsed, opt-in, or none, as I explained to you on the previous slides. So we can see on the left-hand side that for healthcare, Google is pre-generating. It's provided a collapsed AI result in 70% of cases. On the other extreme, on finance, it's only providing this in 5%. And in fact, 50% are not showing at all. And then if we look at something in the middle, something like insurance, Google's providing a third of collapsed, a third of opt-in, and a third of none. And as we go forward and learn more about how SGE works, it will be interesting to see how we can take advantage of that. So let's start with what we know and we're really familiar with. And here I'm searching in the UK. I type in a healthcare query. Something that's very topical at the moment is how to get the measles vaccine. And we can see that Google pulls out an authoritative source in terms of the NHS as the featured snippet at the top of the page before showing you people also ask. And then it has the first organic result, which happens to be Superdrug, which is quite interesting in itself. I would be expecting to see a government website or certainly a health website up there first, but it's not. It's actually showing the Superdrug Health Clinic. Now, I've had to VPN into, I think it's Los Angeles, to be able to show you SGE working in anger. But here you go. So if I type in the US and type in how to get the measles vaccine, Google pre-populates the AI. You see it generate as you click on the search. And it gives you a teaser there of a partly opened accordion that explains that this is for informational purposes only, and this information does not constitute medical advice or diagnosis. I'm not surprised Google gives that. But if you then click onto it, it expands and gives you quite a lot of information. That is a really good summary. And then it gives you some authoritative organic links to the CDC here. And then if you wish to, you can actually open these arrows here, which will give you further information and actually the source of where Google is pulling this from. My bet is not many people will actually click on this. And I should also note that currently it's only working in a desktop environment. It'll be really interesting to see how it works in a mobile environment going forward. But we can see in a similar way to how Google Bard works, it provides you with some suggested follow-on questions that you might want to ask, or it gives you a free form box that you can fill in and ask a follow-up question, and that works very well. And then here you get the first organic listing here from Walgreens. Now we should say, and we can notice that there's no paid ads. I think that's because we're not seeing those within SGE at the moment. But also don't forget, this is the pharma sector, and actually your ads have to be quite closely audited and certified before you're allowed to advertise pharma on Google Ads. So let's go back to the travel sector that I showed you initially. So I've asked two different questions here. On the left, I've asked best place in Europe to visit as a family, which is a very broad topic. And Google is providing an option here to generate some results. But actually, the most visible listing here is from US News, which gives some ideas about Paris or Prague or Florence. Now, I suspect that Google isn't generating AI because it's such a vague question. Where would it start? And why would it want to use resources to show an answer that would necessarily have to be very vague? However, if you look at the organic listing here, below this, we have people also ask, and then we ask a follow-up question. So this is new in SGE, that actually I can use AI or the AI engine very naturally. I can just go, oh, well, those are good questions, but let me ask a slightly different question. And that feels very natural. However, on the right, if we look at a slightly more specific question, which is the best place in Mexico City to visit as a family, Google pre-populates. It provides a partially open accordion with some teaser content. And I think a lot of people are going to be wanting to click on this. It seems very natural. You do want to do that and read the content there. And it provides similar information to where you've got here in the top sites below. Now, if you open up the accordion for the second one, you can see we've got some very rich information. It provides the excellent summary that we're all used to from AI bots now. And it provides 3 different organic listings, which is interesting. My bet is that those will be replaced by paid ads going forwards. But it provides a really good answer. And for Google, that's very good. It keeps you on the search results pages. It's very disappointing if you were a travel website that had expertise in Mexico. You would like to provide a lot of this directly to really top of funnel informational queries to your users and then hope to convert them. Right now, Google, I would suspect that most people will spend a lot of time on here and then click through. It will be interesting to see whether Google is losing revenue because people aren't clicking through to the informational websites when they don't need to. They can literally just stay here on Google and ask the question. Let's now look at e-commerce. So we have some slightly different results here. So if I do here, I search for product query like a Nike Air Max 90. We have this accordion with information. And then we have our sponsored listings. And then we have our top organic listing. So this is very similar to what we would see now on an e-commerce search results page, with the addition of the AI aspect. Now, if I click on Show More, this opens out and provides me with a nice summary of this product with the pros and cons, and it allows me to get a really good summary of whether this is the right product for me. Naturally, this is going to be a real challenge if you are a reseller, or you may be one of the specialist sites where people run 100 kilometers in these and write their personal review on this product, and that's very useful as a specialist expert review site. I can imagine that they will be losing a substantial amount of traffic. Maybe 80% of people will be satisfied with the information here, and the 20% of people will then click through to get a more specialist review. But this is naturally challenging. And we've noticed that, for example, Trustpilot has blocked some of the AI bots from crawling their site to pull out this summary of reviews. That's naturally going to be a big challenge to review sites. On the right, we can see that we've got a Quora and another organic listing here. So that's a quick overview of where we stand today with Google's implementation of AI onto its search results page. It's still in beta. We can expect more changes as the functionality increases. And I think 2024 is going to be this big year where we have to adapt and understand how AI is going to impact search results. Certainly interesting. And I'll record another video as we see more functionality and we have a better understanding of how that's going to impact our clients going forward. So thank you for listening, and I hope you found that useful. Bye-bye.